All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're gonna be talking about supplements and which ones, in my opinion, are the most beneficial in terms of maximizing hypertrophy, and which ones, in my opinion, are the biggest waste of money, ones that you don't really need in order to build a solid physique. So before we get started, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it, and let's just get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, I just want to start off by saying you don't actually need any supplements in order to build a sick physique. I think supplements are way overhyped by supplement companies and social media, obviously to make money, but from my experience, supplements do very little, and it's the most important factor is your diet, is your training. So get that stuff down first, and then maybe incorporate supplements. If you're lacking your protein, if you're lacking like micronutrients, then start looking at that stuff. But for like 95% even of your physique is gonna come from diet and training. So just that last 5% of the iceberg, supplements will have an effect on, but for the most part, guys, stick to focusing on the basics. Okay, so first up is protein powder. In my opinion, is the most important supplement out there.
Hey, I got you guys protein shake.
Awesome, I love protein.
I know you love protein. I love protein too.
Yeah, protein rocks.
Are you guys talking about protein? I love protein. I love protein too.
We know you love protein. Protein rocks.
Awesome. Protein rocks.
Protein.
Protein. Protein.
Protein.
Protein, protein.
Somebody get this man some protein.
In my opinion, is the most important supplement out there for a couple of reasons. One, I find a lot of people are under consuming protein, and this is obviously a big problem because no matter how hard you work out in the gym, if you're not providing your body with enough protein, then it's not gonna have the resources to build new lean tissue. And this is something that you want. You wanna have more lean tissue because the more lean tissue you have, the higher your metabolism is, and the more calories you're gonna be burning at rest, so it's gonna be easier to stay leaner longer. Now, a lot of people have this misconception that skin is the biggest organ on your body. This is actually false. It's actually muscle. So beyond hypertrophy, protein provides your body with so much nutritional benefits. It's basically responsible for all the activity in your cells, repairing new cells, and even supports your immune system. So it's absolutely essential that you get enough protein in per day. Now, how much protein you need per day really varies upon the individual. So if you're like super overweight, I would get minimum like 0.7 grams per pound of body weight of protein. For most people, you're gonna wanna hit 1 gram per pound of body weight. I find that's the ideal range for like 95% of the population. And if you're super lean, like sub 10% body fat, I would even go closer to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. So, but for the most part, 1 gram per pound of body weight for most of the year is more than fine. Is pre-workout. Now, in my opinion, pre-workout is way overhyped by the supplements companies, obviously to make money. But I used to be at a point where I would basically have pre-workout for every single one of my workouts, and it got to a point where I was so reliant on pre-workout that I was not able to work out without it in my system. So I would definitely only recommend taking pre-workouts on days where you don't have enough energy, or like big session, maybe for a leg day or something like that. But other than that, I would minimize the amount of pre-workout you have. Also, pre-workout is, because it has so much caffeine in it, it is a vasoconstrictor, meaning that you're not gonna get as vascular during the workout. Okay, so next up is creatine. Now, out of any supplement out there, creatine, especially creatine monohydrate, is the most researched supplement out there by far. So if there was one supplement I'd recommend, it would be creatine monohydrate, besides the protein powder, obviously. But some of the benefits that you'll see from creatine monohydrate is one, muscle endurance, meaning you'll be able to do a few more reps than you otherwise would. And two is water retention. Now, first off, a big misconception that I see a lot of people make is that when they take creatine, they assume they're gonna get bloated immediately. This is false somewhat, because you do retain water. However, it's gonna be inside your muscles, so your muscles are gonna be full, and it's not gonna be kept under the skin, which is what you want. This is why it's important to drink a lot of water, because with creatine supplementation, it's gonna hold on to more water, which means you're gonna have to drink more water to compensate. In terms of how much creatine to take, there's no need to do that loading phase. I remember when I first started taking creatine several years back, I would do a loading phase of like 25, 30 grams every day for like a week. There's absolutely no need to do that. You can just take 5 grams per day every day, and there's also no need to come on and off or cycle on and off of it. So you can just take it and maintain 5 grams every day. So next up we have a greens powder. Now this one, similar to the protein, is one that I would recommend if you are not consuming enough vegetables and fruits throughout the day. Again, a lot of people do not consume enough fruits and veggies per day, so this is a good backup to have to make sure you're consuming enough micronutrients for a host of health reasons. Now, I personally eat a lot of fruits and veggies, but I also like to have this because it makes me feel good, and this gives me a huge variety of micronutrients. This has like 25, 30, probably even more different vegetables and fruits in here, fermented into a powder. So me personally, I have this, and I would recommend this to you if you're not consuming enough fruits and vegetables throughout the day. Okay, so last but not least is your pump products. So these are definitely overhyped as well for good reason, because they give you an unreal pump in the gym, but they are absolutely not needed in order to build a sick physique. So the big 3 being beta-alanine, nitric oxide, and citrulline malate. All 3 of these are just to give you a sick pump in the gym, increase your blood flow, get vascular, maybe improve cognitive function, more mental clarity, focus, all that stuff. But which can help in getting a good workout in, but in terms of actually building a sick physique, they don't do much. If you are struggling with maybe mind-muscle connection or focusing in the gym, then maybe it's something you have to look at. But again, these are non-essential supplements that you don't really need to build a sick physique. And definitely, if you don't have the money, then don't spend it on these. So yeah, that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.